Hi everybody, this is Dale. Welcome to my channel, Not Too Shabby Chic. You can see my same eye candy, so that means I'm filming several videos in one day, trying to keep some content out there for you guys. What I want to share with you today are some books I got at a thrift store when I went to visit my sister. And I filmed it as part of my haul on my last I don't remember what I called it. It's the Fix Thrift Store. And I had started filming with the books and something went wonky on my camera, so I had to redo it and I wasn't going to go through the books again. So I thought I'd just share those with you today. And to start out with, I have this amplified Old Testament. I've never seen one of these. It's part 1, Genesis to Esther. It's a nice size for a journal if I decide to take it apart, but it's in really good condition. And I collect Bibles, so got the name James R. Calvin. I just can't imagine people getting rid of Bibles that belong to their family. This is Grand Rapids, Michigan. Miss Melissa Barnes, I think you're in that area, and Pam Van E. But the date is 1964 for the copyright. And Nehemiah 8:8 is one of the feature verses in the beginning. So they read from the book of the law of God distinctly, faithfully amplifying and giving the sense so that the people understood the reading. And then Psalm 119, 160, the sum of your word is truth. In other words, all of the word, not one piece. You've got to take it all together and not cherry pick things. But anyway, it's really cool, and this is before the actual amplified version of the full Bible, I guess, came out. And it's a nice print size. So anyway, that's one book that I got. Then inside of one of the books, may have been from one of the Bibles, this is a translation of terminology used by the United Church of Christ in Japan. And it gives translations from, like, come on. Well, my camera doesn't like something, but it's Japanese, whatever that word is, and English. Roma 2, or Roma JI, I don't know. But there's the translations, and that's pretty cool. Not sure how old that is, because it fell out of one of the books that I purchased. I got Romanized English-Japanese, Japanese-English Dictionary. This is super cool. This is a cool size, kind of almost like a Reader's Digest size, with a good fat spine for me. And published in Tokyo, Japan. So, I don't know, let's see. The note, or the main features in the preface, were 1953. So here you go. And you've got Japanese, or kana, or alphabets. It's got how to pronounce things. And then abbreviations, etc. Just be cool for journal pages. I'm not going to read this or learn Japanese, but you've got the American word and then the Japanese word. And I think you go to the back, you get the Japanese word to English. Isn't that cool? I've never seen one like this, so I was super excited. This was probably the missionaries from the Church of Christ that went. And here's a tag inside. Published on June 31st, 1966. This particular book was in Japan. So awesome. I got a deck of vintage playing cards, the Cincinnati something Society. Oops, upside down. So these are really cool. Mount Auburn Incline, Cincinnati, Ohio, 1972. And Suspension Bridge, Cincinnati Highway, 1972. Isn't that cool? I've not seen any like that. So those will go into my journals and Happy Mail. I have, this was a huge find, The Yearling. When I was in 4th or 5th grade, I read this book, except what I remember, it was like a real thick book, but this one is not. And this is old. It's about a little boy that finds this baby deer, a yearling. This was given to Eddie from Uncle Stewart for Christmas in 1945. He finds this baby fawn and raises it, and then there comes a day when he has to let it go, and it tells what happens after that. It's a beautiful story. I remember I just loved the story, and this book, the copyright is 1938. So, but the pages are naturally aged. I don't know that I could tear it up, but this got some cool pictures in it that I can copy to use in my journals, not to sell or anything. But this was a huge find. It's in pristine condition. I love the deckled sort of edges on the pages, the spine, everything looks nice. This I'm giving to my buddy Pam Van E. She has a little fairy garden in her yard for her grandchildren, and this fairy book I just adored, and I just felt led to give it to her. It's called From Tip to Toe, A Little Book of Fairy Fashion. Isn't that adorable? And you've got the little fairies, and it talks about what they wear, and like here's some butterfly wings. They make their clothes out of flowers. Beautiful images here. Hair and hats, fairy hair care, hats and all that, fairy outfits, fairy tailor-made, a snip and a stitch, how they sew and repair, garden clothes, party dreams, accessories, in the bag, tip-tap-toe for their feet, wings to flutter by, dainty pretty things. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to also look online. It says www.flowerfairies.com. So I'm going to check that website out and see if I can find anything else with that. So I got a teeny tiny tail book. Be cute. It's similar to the little golden books. Tell-a-tale books is what these are called. Isn't it sweet? I remember this story. There was a teeny tiny woman and her teeny tiny cat in a teeny tiny house in a teeny tiny town. So it's great condition. I don't know the copyright date. Then this is really cool. I love Dr. Seuss, but this is called My Nest is Bets, an interactive book. So this was torn off. I think it had something that you did to make the bird fly in and out. But on the inside, look here. Don't you do that. I love it. Tells the story. Oh, you got to pull the tabs. Watch the arrows, Jill. See, there's the raccoon coming out, and the birds are chasing him. He's going out. This is a flipper. You've got a flipper there, and he's brushing the bird away with his... Oh, he's mad at the birds pecking his tail. I just think it's so cute. This one, you do like that. And she's building her nest. He's climbing the rope. Stay in camera, Dale. The bell's ringing, but this one... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. Down here. Bong, bong, bong. I'm probably having more fun with it. There it is ringing some more, and the bird's going, ah! Isn't it cute? And this one... Crash. That's what I do sometimes. Crash right into something, not pay a bit of attention. There's the bird, the egg. Oh my, the bird bust out of the egg. Cute book. These are just covers. This is the cover of that Amplified Bible, Old Testament, that I could use, because I love that, so I can use that and not mess up my book. I love this, Reading with Phonics. It looks like an old reading, well, it is an old reading book. The copyright on this is 1960 was the last copyright date. But look at that for journals and little golden books. A for Apple. They cool, and it's got the words. I just love that book. I got some really cool finds. This is the cover of a Japanese thing that I got. I got this, the Animal Super Doodle activity book, and it's full of activities, big pages, so you could cut. Some of them have the stickers put in already, but I just think these would be neat to put in my journals, my little golden book journals, whenever I make one. Anybody remember Best of Mad Libs? Like late 80s, mid 80s. My kids loved these, but we didn't have a book this big. And it's, my sister and I did it, and it wasn't near as funny as it was when we were kids. So you have a title, like Biography of Henry Winkler, and it'll ask you an adjective, and you tell an adjective just out of the blind, because you don't know what it's about. The person asking does. You fill that in, and then you read their answers, and they're really funny. And it's got blank ones, so these would be cute to include either in a kid's book or your junk journals, or give it to my kids to play with. The Velveteen Rabbit, I've collected several of these, or How Toys Become Real. I didn't have one exactly like this. I love this story. It's just beautiful, and I think it's an illustration of people too, how we become real. And the copyright on this edition is 1984, so it's a beautiful book. I have the Famous Family Recipes, because I still have yet to finish my other recipe book that I'm working on. And I could use this for something else, but I loved some of these pages that I could use in a recipe journal or in a junk journal, like with the blueberries, strawberries. Just has some pretty pages, and it was dirt cheap, so couldn't pass that up. And if you're in Richmond, Aylett, Virginia area, please go to the Fix Thrift Store. They are a not-for-profit, and their ministry is to help recovering alcoholics and drug addicts. They have a home for men, working on a home for women, and our funds coming from the sales from the thrift store, the Fix, to fund those two ministries. And they're well worth the money you spend, because you get really good deals. This came out of a book. Look, Peter Pan. Huge coloring page for kids, or I can cut up just different parts of it, which is most likely what I'll do to put in a journal. I love this book, Playful Puppy. It looks very old. I think it looks older than it is. It was still in good condition, but I love that picture with the little butterfly on his nose. I don't remember this story. This is Golden Square book, so it's by Golden Press, the ones that make little golden books. And I don't know if there's a page missing here, because I don't see a copyright date. But he is definitely a playful. Look at that. Is he not the cutest thing ever? He's after a rabbit. A goose got after him. But I think there's page missing, because I don't know the copyright date. But it looks old, and I love this book. It's super cute. Then I have more lap quilting with Georgia Bonesteel, or Bonesteel, one of the two. I love the cover. I love quilts, so I can use these pictures, in my journals. That could be a cool journaling card. The copyright is 1985. Look at this beautiful patterns we like to put in our journals. There's actual pictures of some of these gorgeous quilts. Just amazing to me. But yeah, so that's what that is. And I'm going to try to do some sampler packs in my Etsy store of book pages. So let me know if that might be something you'd be interested in, and I will do some up and put them in my Etsy store, because I have lots of books. I love this one. This is not what I paid for it. Peter Pan, an Enchanting coloring book with removable posters. So that's where the poster came from. It's just, I've never seen one of these. It's so cute. It tells the story of Peter Pan, and then you have pictures to color. Isn't that gorgeous? Excuse me. Tickle in my throat. I just love the pirates, and oh, look at that. For a fairy journal. Isn't he cute? More stars. So, love that. And I like to color too. This is a die. I didn't pay that for it. It's a teapot with a teacup. And that's... Oh, you can't see it. So the teacups are like stacked on top of each other, and that's the teapot when you cut it out. Isn't that cute? Love it. Webster's Spelling Dictionary. So this one, trying to speed up, copyright 1994. This is not old, but it's just how to spell words, not dictionary, just how to spell words. You can look them up to see just the spelling. So it makes it more concise than looking up how to spell it in a dictionary that's huge, although you know you do have the internet. But this would just be cool to put in journals. The Little Red Hen. I love this story. I remember it. It's one of my favorites. This one is actually 1954, renewed in 1982. And it's in perfect condition. So that's a little golden book I want to do. Journal. Favorite family recipes. And I love the little pictures that are in this one. Look at this. Aren't they adorable? Will go great in my recipe journals. And you've got a lot of, back when they used typewriters, and I'm sure it's printed too, it's not really a typewriter, but some of the pictures throughout are just so cute. Just wanted to show you a few. So flip through. Hi y'all. There's Granny again. Peeling taters. That's what I do, peel taters. And here's me. Oh no! She's on the scale. The dog's laughing at her. That's what happens to me. Making cookies. Aren't these adorable? Desserts. And little grandma's on, and grandpa. That's me and my husband. Reminds me of a song I used to sing as a kid. Sipping cider through a straw tiddly ha ha. It was like one of those repeating songs. There she is, microwave. So this isn't all that old. But she found the microwave with her roller skates. Fast cooking. And then you got measurements. A diet to live with. That's like a dirty word there. Quantities to serve 100 people, which come in handy if you are catering or doing something for your church that you got to have a big thing. Calories burned up during 10 minutes of continuous activity. Huh. I might all study that part. This was made in Oriental, North Carolina by the United Methodist Church, the Sand Dollar Circle. I did not even know, and I'm from North Carolina, that there was a city called Oriental, North Carolina. This, Japanese and English idiomatic equivalents. Now, being the scholar that I am, I thought this was math. Because it just, equivalents, I guess, is where I got that from. No, it's not. And this was again in Tokyo, Japanese and English. Copyright date 1968, first edition. Missionaries. So it's talking about words. Nouns without designation, verbs without, and it goes on, and how it relates to a Japanese counterpart. And then here's the Japanese, which I love the way the Japanese writing looks. It looks like little houses and art. And then you've got all that. So this will be cool for journal. The cover would be, and the insides for pages. I love this. The Old Time Gospel Hour. Does anybody remember Jerry Falwell and the Old Time Gospel Hour? This is the Old Testament, only part of it, First Chronicles through Malachi. And the reason is it's the giant print, super giant print. I wish I had the whole volume. I only have this one, but I can do a search. This is so big, I can read this without my glasses. Look at that. Quit trying to focus. It's huge. So I would love to have the whole volume of this. If anybody has any of the other volumes and want to swap for something, or just mail it to me, feel free. I just think this is the coolest. Again, this is First Chronicles through Malachi. And last but not least, the Layman's Bible Encyclopedia. This is really cool. Non-denominational. And I didn't know, I got it in Virginia. Nashville, Tennessee is the publisher. 1964. So it's got pronunciation key, and basically there's scriptures you look up, and it gives you a commentary a little bit about it through the whole Bible. It's going through, and then words, abstinence, Balaam. It's just really cool book to read. So this is my reading, not to cut up. So that is all of my books. So hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you'd be interested in seeing some book page packs for sale in my Etsy shop. And know that you're loved. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.